I like letting Atomic, you know, and Illusion try and be that powerhouse duo. But I think as it's gone on and I've seen more of the play, yeah, it still makes more sense to keep Illusion in that back row where he's been and let Mist sort of be that flex player. Because you're right, it does give him a big bit of flexibility, and Atomic gets a goal with a demo from Illusion to start it off.
Yeah, first killer went for the challenge, and he just didn't have. He just. Actually, I wish I could look at that one again. I'm not sure what exactly happened to first killer in that initial launch. I'm not sure if he got chipped and then demoed. But either way, I mean, that is just not a good start for Rogue, especially when you come into this. It's already tough to keep your mental state in, you know, positive vibes, good vibes going in, thinking, okay, we can get this turned around. But then that happens off of the kickoff.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep, you know, that mental fortitude that's required in the RLCS to play well.
It is tough, especially considering Rogue having a rough season so far. Nice bit of back pass though. And I like the ball control approach that Rogue try and have. I mean, it's definitely an effective strategy. It's just, do you have the execution necessary? And Wonder in command has a ceiling pinch, and Atomic will respawn just in time.
He did pick up a demo as well, but unfortunately for him, Mist was there. And, you know, Wonder to me is, he's had a lot of sore spots this season. And he's kind of the guy I'm looking at on Rogue. He's got to step up. It's the consistency that is really killing Wonder, especially on defense. He's got to get that figured out. Otherwise, Rogue are going to continue to struggle. And here, floundering around on defense on Rogue, and Mist just makes them look like plats on the pitch.
This did absolutely make them look like plats, but it's only because Illusion, again, getting in that goal line, 2 disruptive bump plays from him to start off the game. Huge bump on first killer, who was the first one in rotation. Mist is able to get inside Kronovi's head after Wonder makes him show his hand, and a beautiful dribble.
So those mind games, you slowing the ball down like that, especially after, you know, you had that initial whiff low on the back wall and you're just desperate to find a clear, and that's where you really can take advantage of a slowdown like that. Missed again, you know, and obviously Illusion, I said it right before this game started, I feel like these guys operate as one unit consistently, and it shows. Waiting for this next touch, Mist wins. Mist has a shot on net, and it's saved by first killer, but a double commit by Rogue, feeling the pressure on defense. First killer looking for Kronovi, and Atomic blocks the ball away.
Wonder doing a nice job, you know, just letting first killer do his thing. Sure, he hopped at the ball, but he didn't try and force it. Just came right back down, was able to set up a nice pass to Kronovi in the midfield, and we'll see if Rogue are able to get something started here with their first chance on offense. Looking for the long cross for first killer. And Illusion able to break him out with the pass from Mist.
Oh, Illusion takes the boost away. He bumps Wonder out of the way too, Illusion. He didn't grab the ball, but he certainly got a ton of value.
Illusion isn't playing like Illusion, he's playing like Reynolds. Just up in people's faces.
Ooh!
What?
I mean, that's textbook. That's textbook, baby.
Okay, you say textbook. I want to know how this
back
goes
pass?
in.
Back pass?
Kronovi's right there. He's right there.
Yeah. He's not right there. He was the whole way over there.
Well, get off the wall.
He was boosted. He was boosted the whole time to get to that. I mean, that was such a quick pass that I think that back pass really tripped him up on that, because he's expecting. Whoa! Nope. Kronovi will get first killer a goal, and Rogue will stop the bleeding. Much necessary.
Ooh, that little fake from Kronovi. Ooh, and the little chip. All right, redeemed. I may be giving Kronovi a bit of a hard time for not being able to make that save on the backboard, but to be honest, he was really just trying to play backboard defense in case they went for the double tap. He was being smart, and I'm being stupid. So Kronovi, you're right, but still, I don't know how that shot from Atomic went in, but they get it right back, so it doesn't matter.
Finessed it, missed. Almost puts that in himself. Saved by first killer. This will be taken away by Ghost again. First killer gonna wait, looking for a pass to Wonder, and Atomic, even though he got chipped, he recovered. Forced first killer back, and it just could not recover in time. Illusion will punch another in. It is ugly here.
This one's on first killer. I mean, he jumps at that ball, and it looks like he's going to try and punch it left, and then he sees Kronovi enter the field of view, and he's thinking, well, Kronovi's going to clear that ball. But Kronovi has seen first killer jump. So Kronovi thinks first killer is going to touch it. And then nobody hits the ball, and then it's free.
This is exactly what's killed Rogue in previous seasons, even before they added first killer. It was communication. It was, it was either, I mean, this is just going to keep going, but Rogue, they just, the miscommunication, it's always on defense, where it's like no one knows who's going for the ball half the time. And they either both sit there or they double commit in the worst situations. And, I can't help but think back to Season 8. It was an interview that we had with Rogue in one of their post games. And, they were asked, what was the main thing they had to improve on? And they were like, we really worked on our communication. Our communication, that was the biggest thing for them. And this is still persisting. If you know communication is your issue, clearly you're either not talking or you're not listening to each other. And Rogue have to figure that out, because to me, that's unacceptable on defense. You have to know who's going for the ball in those situations. But this happens every single time with this team. And it's frustrating to watch, Chiefs. It's frustrating to watch, especially with players of caliber, like a legend like Kronovi and a rookie like First Killer who had so much hype on him coming into the season. And you have this. I mean, Ghosts don't score on the play, but they have complete control of the pitch right now.
Now, to be fair on that last play, that was just a nice bit of placing the ball in some optimal spots.
For sure. I was just,
right. But at the same point, if you worked on the communication, sure, you can make the argument that, maybe, they worked on all that communication with AJ on the team, right? And now they've got first killer, and you kind of, reset a couple steps. But at the same time, there is still no excuse for things like that to happen. And it's a rough game one from Rogue. And to be honest, I actually still had a fairly decent amount of hope, for this game. When Rogue got one back at a minute, like 2 minutes on the clock, it made it a 2-goal deficit. And it's like, okay, you've got 2 minutes to work with. And then it just kind of collapsed right there at the end. And then you end up with, 16 shots for Ghost in the last couple of minutes. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. Why did this happen? It was fine. Sure, you were under pressure, but it was fine. And then it just fell apart.
It's, again, I just think there's too much talent on this team for this to be happening. Why are Rogue underperforming like this? Why is the communication an issue? I wish I could be in the heads of Rogue at this time, because I imagine they're thinking the same thing. It's like, Kronovi has shown this season and last season that he's still a high caliber talent in Rocket League. It's just the team dynamic has just not been there. Go ahead, Chiefs.
But you got to think about, the goals that got scored this game, right? You had the opener, Atomic scored with the Illusion bump. The second one, Mist scored off the Illusion bump, taking away first killer, and then he got the mind game off. Then you had Atomic and Mist combined for something silly. And then after that, the game was just over. And they just conceded 2 goals because the backboard defense just fell apart. And so it's like the first 3 goals that Ghost scored were actually really good goals and much needed goals. So, it's not like Ghost didn't have to work for the lead. It definitely had to try and score the goals. And after that point, then Rogue fell apart.
That's fair. It's just, when I see, that 4th goal go in, and it's more of what I've seen this season from Rogue. It's 4-1, and then it's miscoms, and you're like, why? Here we go again. So, I mean, but even still, we talked about it, or I talked about it, Ghosts are shaping up to be one of the best offenses in North America. And I think, to your point, those first 3 goals are exactly why they are, because they're so good at creating their own opportunities. And Illusion with that demo almost gave him another, but Wonder tipped the ball away. Still, Illusion here takes a shot. Nothing.
He's playing first man, too. I mean, he's looking like AXB on Space Station right now. Up there first, putting the pressure on, getting the bumps. And Wonder up early, going for a cheeky little pre-jump quick shot. And Rogue trying to get creative in their own right.
First killer cuts off the clear, but Mist has it anyway. Back to Atomic. Illusion already running downfield, and he will punch it in. Illusion The three-man passing play results in a goal.
Now, you say punch it in, I say lightly tap, because Kronovi was expecting the banger. The banger right into the left side, and Aleutian just sort of flicked it down. Just sort of dropped that one.
We'll call it the finger flick. Well, not flick, because flick is a specific move, so we'll come up with something. Tip in,
but
whatever.
Either way, I mean, that's another instance where it's great shooting that gets the ball past the Rogue defense. I mean, Kronovi makes the right play. Everything about that was correct for Rogue. It's just Aleutian made a great shot.
Oh, and Wonder, the attempt on the challenge is not good enough. Blocked away. Oh, whiff from Aleutian. First Killer racing back to the ball. Taken away by Atomic. Kronovi on the rotation, and First Killer runs into him, and it's a botched opportunity in midfield. But it will be First Killer's ball. Back over to Wonder. That will just be dead for...
Speed.
Yeah.
It's the speed for Rogue at which they're trying to play offense. And I think that's so good, because if you're just sitting here floundering, and you know that for whatever reason you're not winning games and the defense is falling apart, I respect the fact that they're still coming out here and trying to play quick offense and just put the pressure on people. Wonder just jumping up for that ball just to try and take it away and get possession for the offense to get started. I mean, if you don't know what else to do, I mean, play like Corelli, ball chase, it works.
First Killer, his ball taken away by Aleutian. Ghosts. I'm feeling some pressure from Rogue right now. Rogue have been able to retain possession for a little while. Atomic, his touch won't be good, only for First Killer. First Killer flipping back into it, but just couldn't get a solid touch. Wonder slows down Mist on this and gives Kronovi a chance. So again, a good offensive really push from Rogue. They're still going. Wonder gets by Atomic on the play. Mist bangs it off the post for a save. And Atomic slowly approaches, tries to get this out. Despite Rogue's best efforts, they still come away empty.
Some great midfield defense from Rogue going on so far, though. A strong opener from Ghost, no doubt, but currently absolutely stuck on defense, not able to hang on to control. And it's that speed again. I mean, they're just throwing themselves at every ball they can and trying to make a play. First Killer, great flick.
Oh, and Kronovi couldn't find the touch. Wonder wants to get this, and he does! Rogue find their way back in, tied up.
That was just throwing rocks at the wall over and over, and you could see Aleutian definitely trying to get there. First Killer, I can't tell if he caught a piece of Mist right there on the rotate out or not. But either way, I mean, that was just throwing rocks at the wall until it broke down, and Rogue, a well-executed goal, considering that the strategy was just get to the ball first every time and go from there.
And the amount of time they held the ball on offense, you heard Corelli talk about it in the pregame. Rogue, they love to try to control the ball. You were mentioning it as well. And then they started picking it back up on offense, trying to beat Ghost with speed. Here's Ghost on the attack. Aleutian, he's blocked by First Killer. This is good goaltending, if you will, by Rogue. But hunted closely is Atomic. They're going to bully you away from that ball. And knocked away to the side. But this is a completely different Rogue that we saw from game one. But Ghost have control. First Killer cutting off the pass to Mist. Atomic picks it back up. The Wonder has the clear. On the point, it will be taken away by Aleutian. Aleutian up high. Atomic maybe looking for a demo. He's assessing his options, but First Killer's going to take the ball out back to Ghost territory. Can Rogue find the leading goal? Wonder. It's effectively a win on that challenge. The ball's taken away by Mist. Wonder will keep it going. Rogue, again, they've taken back control of midfield. First Killer, he avoids one defender. Now with control in the air, First Killer, he gets it! First Killer scores for Rogue, and they have the lead!
There's the big plays you're looking for. Just able to get the ball around Mist, and Atomic and Aleutian know this is trouble, and they even got the bump, but it was just too aggressive from the guy coming off the ground. And First Killer, a beautiful delivery into the top left, 18 seconds, and do you have it in you, Ghost?
Well, Aleutian wins the first challenge. Atomic, big win from First Killer. Kronovi will keep it going. Now Ghost got to work for a tie game. Here's Aleutian from his own corner, taken away by First Killer, and Atomic was expecting the win. You got to pull the goalie in that situation. Atomic will keep going in midfield, and Wonder will put the last one in. And how about that for a comeback for Rogue?
Excellent game 2 for Rogue. Atomic lifted towards the midfield, and again, just go for it. Rip it on target, see what happens. Wonder delivers a 0-second goal, and a nice 2-goal margin here for Rogue. Off of really, after they gave up that first goal, I don't remember seeing Ghost really ever get out of their own half after that.
Yeah, I mean, it was completely locked down. The positioning was great, and Ghost were never winning midfield boost. Like, Rogue owned the midfield boost for, it felt like 3 minutes. Like you said, after that first goal, they couldn't win a challenge to save their lives. There was that one progression after Rogue tied the game on the kickoff where they were able to take control, but it was good defense from Rogue. They didn't panic, no double commits. The communication looked good. The field awareness was great. And I mean, this is just much better. Rogue can absolutely build off of this in the rest of the series.
And First Killer turned in a great air dribble goal as well to take that lead with 18 seconds. And despite Ghost's best efforts, they only had to make like a couple saves. To be fair, there wasn't a lot of like shots for Rogue, right? It was a lot of just get to the ball first in the midfield, punch it off the corner, block the clear that comes off of that, throw it towards the wall,
midfield denial.
Block the clear that goes. Yeah, it wasn't like we're putting shots on net and pulling defenders out. We're just getting to the ball. And after
it was the control game.
It was a control game, and you got to wonder, okay, Rogue, can you keep that pace up? Because you know that Ghost is now expecting you to come out here and just dive at everything as fast as you possibly can. So if Ghost is able to match that, or at least, because there's two ways. You either try and match the pace, or you back all the way off and you let them just push the ball into the spots while you're waiting for them. And if Ghost takes one of those two approaches, it'll be interesting to see how Rogue reacts.
And Rogue, they're fighting right now to stay out of that 10th spot. Flight picked up their first victory of the season. And Rogue would love to start working their way up the standings rather than constantly have that relegation looming in the back of their mind. Off the backboard, Atomic too slow to it. Kronovi was there. First Killer's got a free look in the third, and he misses. Wonder will confirm the next goal for Rogue. They pick up where they left off.
There's that delivery, First Killer. It's actually not as easy a shot as it looks. There's definitely a guy trying to close the gap there and make that shooting angle as small as possible. He does have to try and place that over into the right side. Doesn't quite fit it in between the goalposts, but it's okay. Wonder being patient in the midfield, delivers a great strike, and Rogue absolutely do pick right up where they left off.
Now Ghost, they've really been unable to possess consistently for the last 7 or 8 minutes of gameplay in this series. They do get back on offense off the kickoff, but now here come Rogue.
Smart play from Kronovi, not just bombing that ball immediately down the pitch, letting First Killer be that first touch, because he has the boost to make the follow-up touch on the orange half.
Oh, here's Lucian off the ceiling, taken away by Kronovi. And First Killer waiting for that touch from Atomic. He has it, missed off the back wall. Fighting for First Killer, and now for Kronovi. Lucian up for this, but it's a ball for Ghost. Atomic had committed on that play. Now First Killer pulls off on the challenge.
They caught him.
Oh, it's off the crossbar though. Wonder does get back to it in time. Rogue get away with one. They still got to clear this out.
They absolutely caught them. That was Rogue being too aggressive. They were two people in the same part of the pitch right next to each other. They had the wide open counterattack goal. And if you're Ghost, you need to score that ball.
Ooh. This had found a nice angle on that previous ball. Kronovi fighting, but Atomic pushed it back to the blue wall. Atomic again, but Ghost really far back on this. Here comes Lucian. He's got Mist on the wing. He's looking for him. He's got him, but Mist doesn't have the goal. And it's denied by Kronovi off the shot from Atomic.
Ghost picked him apart again. You were wondering where was Lucian forever. He was just making sure that the offense was ready. Had the great pass across, but the shot was off the mark again. And surprising to see Ghost falter in a decent shooting spot.
Back on the orange half. Wonder has the catch and he gets demoed. Atomic taking him out of the play. Oh, Atomic takes his little wave dash up the wall and will take the ball towards the box. Atomic almost finds the dunk in front of the box. First Killer gets up quickly for Rogue. Ghosts are still generating chances. Illusion, the back pass to Atomic, denied by Kronovi. The difference is Rogue are reading Ghosts, beating them to the punch on some of these touches, and it looks so good from Ghosts, but Rogue are just finding the ball, getting the clear.
Not in each other's way on defense in this game, that's for sure. Since we spent all of game one harping about the poor communication and getting in each other's way, well, now they look locked in and they get it past all the members of Ghost. It's a race and Mist won't make it. 2-0 for Rogue.
The Rogue, first killer off this bounce, just gets a solid touch and it beats Illusion. Illusion has to make that touch. He's the last man back. Ghost were trying to force the play there. He did not think first killer was going to get to it in time. But first killer, as soon as he lined it up, his dodge forward gave him that extra boost to beat Atomic quickly to the ball. I mean, this is this is the best that these last two games achieves. I almost feel bad for how much I just, you know, talked so poorly about Rogue, about how they played in that first, especially with how good Ghost have looked. And Ghost still look good in this game, but Rogue have just had stellar defense. And
like,
they, yeah.
After you.
No, go for it. I've been talking.
Okay. It feels like it's that Rogue that comes out to play when they realize that, oh, we need to start winning, right? It's like that season where Rogue just came out and, you know, they were in 6th place with a losing record, and they walked into the regionals and clapped people. And it's like, wait, what? It's like, that's what this Rogue feels like. It's like, oh, so this is what you're capable of. Why is it not this all the time?
I mean, the only conversation about Rogue this season has been, 10th place. Trying to avoid 10th place. Because they haven't looked like this. Or when they have looked like this, it has been so inconsistent that you have no confidence that they can put it together and figure it out. But, I mean, you're going up against one of the better teams in North America, and you're beating them soundly right now in Game 3 after it looked like it was already over. It looked like it was already over in Game 1. We are at a completely...
Did they get him?
Oh, they got him. They did get him on that one, Rogue. A couple of times they got caught out. This time they do pay.
They did. You are absolutely right about that. They have 100% been caught out a couple of times in this game. This time, the open goal is scored, and that one also hurts almost doubly bad for Ghost, because that could have been the equalizer to go into overtime, because they had a perfectly wide open goal earlier in the game, and they missed it.
Miss has a catch. He has a shot. No way! Miss somehow finds the net in 0 seconds.
Oh, Miss! What a first touch! Oh, I can count on one hand the people who would not panic and execute that perfectly. And Miss got added to that list.
Well then, Rogue, after owning Game 3, in the final seconds, they blow a lead.
That is
literally
brutal.
4 seconds. 4 seconds on the clock.
What's funny? As soon as Rogue loses this game, it's right back to, geez, Rogue, why are you so bad? No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's funny. I thought Kronovi was literally going to score as you were saying that, and that would have been the perfect caster curse moment. But unfortunately, we didn't get that.
You do need to rally if you're Rogue here. That one definitely stings to give up the big 2-goal swing in 8 seconds.
It's certainly where you really show what you're made of. Like, how do you respond on defense? Or do we see old, the habits we saw in Game 1 and previously this season? Absolutely. Under pressure, Rogue trying to continue what started off solid. Missed as a shot, blocked by Wonder. First Killer will receive on the back corner. He does win another challenge. First Killer has played outstanding in Game 3. Picking up a goal and an assist, 2 saves. Mist has this clear downfield, and Kronovi barely takes that away. Just wanted to prevent getting dunked by Mist. Up high, Mist winning that challenge. Illusion is there. Nothing. Wonder takes it away.
Definitely some great understanding from Mist as well. I mean, he's really making a concerted effort whenever he goes for the challenges in the midfield to make sure he positions himself for not only the first challenge, but the ability to follow up. Atomic pressuring and Illusion following through. Ghost trying to put on their own clinic of how to be aggressive on offense, and Kronovi nails the dribble, the little shimmy shake, and gets the pinch off the defender to beat the guy on the goal line, and Rogue are ahead in the series.
Kronovi clutch. That was wonderful approach on the ball. Put the ball right down on the side to win that challenge. Oh, beautifully done to recover from Rogue. That could have easily spun out of control back into disaster, but instead resilience. That was excellent, and I have to say, I called him out at the beginning of this series, but Wonder, after that first game, has been much more consistent. He's had to make a couple of saves and has had to play off of his own back wall and in the corner. He's found nice passes to his teammates on defense, where I think he struggles the most, and he has not in these last 2 games, and it comes off of good Ghost pressure that he is performing this way. So I really like this Rogue team right now. I know we were saying, you know, in the last series, it was the best we've ever seen Flight play. This is the best we've seen Rogue play this season. I don't know what's happening.
You're absolutely right. No, you're 100% right. I definitely agree, because Ghost, this was not the same suffocating performance that Game 2 was out of Rogue by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, it looked like they were going to win 2-0, but at the same time, Ghost was definitely able to get out of their own half, at least work the corner in the midfield a little bit more consistently than they were in Game 2. So yes, they turned it in and they forced the overtime, but at the end of the day, Kronovi makes the big play, and you're absolutely right. Wonder did do a pretty solid job on the defensive side of things here in Game 3. Rogue have given themselves a very favorable position to win the series. And if you're Ghost, you're kind of left scratching your head, because you walked in, like you said, blowing them out of the water in Game 1.
Yeah, and you probably walked into the whole series thinking easy 3-0 if you're Ghost, with how Rogue have played this season. And now Ghost, they're fighting, you know, for this regional championship, the top 4. You're fighting a lot of good teams in the middle, and getting handed a loss to Rogue here could really mean a lot for the standings. That one
and the
just
regionals
saved
mean
away.
So much more this season now, right? Since we just adjusted all the prize pools to reflect the regionals, and Illusion is gonna get that one.
You're going to get hashtag preflip gang on this one. He runs out of boost, but his touch is so good, and his launch off the ceiling is perfect. Well done.
That's not easy.
No, it's not. Not at all. You have to, especially in a low boost situation like that, your launch off the ceiling has to be perfect, which it was. Then your touch has to be close enough to you that you can get back to it, and he uses his flip just enough. And you got to put it on target on top of that with no recorrection whatsoever.
The flip is the hard part, because you're boosting down, and things usually get a little squirrely with the flip mechanics when you're boosting down. Wonder with the bump, and the ball is off target though, and Illusion executes a solid flick to break the attack for just a moment. But again, there's that Rogue speed with Kronovi sitting out in the midfield.
And taken away back to the corner. First killer. Blocked by Illusion. Illusion slowing down against Kronovi. He's got nothing. He'll try to do what he can in the corner. Atomic coming to bail him out. Couldn't get on top of the ball. Missed. Dunking on top of 2 players. A chance for Illusion. He puts it up high. First killer. Fortunate spawn on the demo. Atomic keeping it going here for Ghost. Missed. Another one. Slows it down. Kronovi will take it away.
Oh. And Rogue starting to run into each other as they start trying to play that real tight defensive rotation. Kronovi mercifully uncontested to let Rogue spread themselves back out.
Oh, missed. Has a nice catch on the side wall, which is not enough boost to move past the midfield line, so Illusion will reset, and Wonder will get in his face. And Mist just kind of gives the ball up there. It was off a double commit on their own third. They do get the ball back into Rogue corner. Now Mist, again, another just punching it down. He'll take the demo and the boost. A lot of value for Mist out of this play, but they got to keep it in Rogue's half. They do. Illusion on the challenge, Atomic hunting, and he bounces it over one player. Another Rogue defender got bumped, and that will be a goal for Mist. Ghost got the rails back on track.
Brilliant. Wonder and Kronovi trying to play that tight defense. Kronovi expecting Wonder to just jump and hit that ball towards the midfield line. Wonder trying to go for the trap, And so they kind of hesitate there as they try and break out. Ghost crash them, block the ball. As the guy rotating out of goal gets the bump, it's wide open for Mist, and a great bit of aggression from Ghost there on the hesitation from Rogue.
And Ghost are forced to get creative on offense against Rogue. First killer has the read, he just didn't have enough boost, and even if he did, it may not have mattered. Atomic looking for a Lucian, but he'll pick it back up. Missed another challenge. We slowed down a little bit on Rogue's half of the field.
But here's the real test, you know, because Game 2, Rogue absolutely dominating the pressure. Game 3 starts to slide a little bit more evenly, and now here in Game 4, it's Ghost winning the pressure game, and that's the real test of this Rogue defense. It looked decent enough in Game 3 when it was sporadic, but here in Game 4, they're the ones getting boxed in, and they got to prove that they can hang with the Ghost pressure.
And Lucian is really making life difficult. Earlier, he had that feigned challenge where I believe it was Wonder coming up onto the ball, and he wasn't sure if Lucian was going to go for it, and Lucian was really making him work for it. And that is going to be in, a forced own goal. Atomic will pick it up off the assist from Mist.
Wonder didn't have a lot of boost, up the wall with nothing. Kronovi trying to take away as many options as possible. And Atomic executes a beautiful shot behind the defender, and Wonder just didn't have the time to recover because he didn't have any boost. If he had literally anything, he might have been able to get back in position for that. But unfortunately, the lead slips to 3, and Game 4 for Rogue is looking bleak.
And finally, Ghost are getting some results off of the amount of offense that they put on, or at least the amount of opportunities they generate themselves. They had more than a couple in the last game. It's just Rogue's defense was very good, but it's that physical play from Ghost that they kind of got away from in the last game, and then they went right back to it. But oh, what a pass and what a shot from Wonder.
First killer. One, the pass into the middle. Oh, that shot to the back post is disgusting. The air roll all the way around, and then the late flick to go behind the defense, that's a pretty bit of shooting from Wonder.
And so, Rogue, not going quietly, will not get shut out in Game 4 at the very least. That's a high bounce for Wonder. He does get it. Kronovi up, but Mist will beat him to the ball. And Lucian already downfield. First killer has the touch off the backboard. Atomic killing all the time. The pass to Mist, it's saved by first killer. Rogue trying to move down the pitch, but Kronovi is denied. Wonder just throws the ball downfield. He did have first killer, and well, everyone runs into each other. Just first killer and Wonder. Wonder trying to go up for it. First killer wanted to cut it down, and instead it will be Ghosts picking up the Game 4 victory and an unexpected Game 5 matchup here between Rogue and Ghost.
Yeah, I think you could ask pretty much anybody, you know, who you thought was going to win, and everyone would say Ghost, and nobody would have said it's going to be a tight one and headed to Game 5. But you got to give the edge to Ghost here, because ever since that Game 2, the scales have been slowly tipping in favor of Ghost, and especially here in this Game 4 with a suffocating performance. Nice try from Wonder on this goal. Again, Kronovi doing a nice job trying to get in the face of Atomic, but just the perfect bit of shooting. Missed, it's a dangerous ball, sort of that slow floater, and that's actually not a bad placed ball from Mist as he launches that ball towards the goal, because when you're shooting that ball that way and you see that defender's already positioned on the backboard and you sort of shoot this slow shot towards the same side that the defender is coming off of, there's almost no way to manage your speed. You have to hit the brakes in that scenario because you're always expecting that guy to just come off the wall and go straight across and make the strong clear. So when you sort of loft that ball at him, it forces the weaker defensive touches and allows that strong follow-up touch from Ghost. So well done on Ghost, absolutely working that Rogue defense in Game 4. They earn the win, Game 5, and I gotta say I'm favoring Ghost here in Game 5.
But what are we looking at from Rogue? They obviously have the capability of winning this series. They weren't able to control the pitch like they could in games 2 and 3. What's got to happen? Do they have to get back to that control game, or do they have to adapt to? I mean, Ghost are just winning these challenges in midfield like it's free.
They are absolutely winning the challenges, and it all just comes out to do you have the ability to make the big blocks? Because you, like a player who's really good at making huge blocks on transition touches is a player like Turbo. You know, he's so patient, and he's the one guy on NRG that it's like, all right, we need to make a huge diving block and get that touch away from the offense to sort of break the possession cycle. And Turbo's your guy for that because he just plays the game in a very timely manner, I would like to say. And so does Rogue have a player like that on their team? Maybe. And if I'm going to pick anyone to be that, it's going to be Kronovi. So does he have the ability to measure the challenges?
I was just about to say, imagine hearing the advice. How can I be better? Just play like Turbo Pulsa.
Just play like Turbo.
Oh, there's First Killer. He'll play like himself, and Ghosts were all caught on the line. Rogue, they get the first goal of Game 5.
That's a real nice touch from First Killer. That ball comes out to you in the midfield line. You see everybody on the floor, and you just pop it right off the backboard for the easy double touch. Classic advantage of position. The play's in front of you. It's above the defense. It's an easy goal.
Easy goal for Rogue, but Ghosts are back on offense. Lucian trying to steal the ball away. Kronovi's had a couple of nice touches, but at the beginning of this game, he had a attempted redirect he was trying to go for. He's going to find this pass to First Killer. I wasn't able to find that earlier touch. Oh, Wonder got chipped. He had the boost to go for that, but the chip will stop the play. And again, it's that physical play from Ghost that really just trips Rogue up. And, I mean, it'll trip any team up. Yeah.
And it absolutely will trip any team up. Illusion probably been a solid contributor in that aspect of play, I would like to say. And, ooh, they just got the 1-2 pass off the side wall. Kronovi doesn't have time to make it back to this. And First Killer, he's kind of thinking in the corner, sizing it up. Just decides, you know what, it's okay. And I think he tied himself up as he tried to jump back into the goal. I think a wheel like caught the wall or something, changed his trajectory. But either way, I'm not sure he was going to make that. That shot was money.
Yeah, that was going to be tough to get to for sure. You take it for Mist. Oh, the pass right in front of the box. The shot comes in, and Wonder puts in another goal for Rogue. They won't stop here.
Nice touch from Kronovi back out to the corner, and Wonder definitely going for the near post, forces Illusion to dive at it. Unfortunate miss, but, you know, it's okay because he got the lucky bounce, popped right back into him, and he's able to split the defense on the backside. Very fortunate, yes. After unfortunately missing, yes.
Well, we'll see if fortune continues to favor Rogue. The double demo will make things really difficult for Ghosts on their own half, but Kronovi still has to work his way long ways against the back wall. First Killer punches it against the back wall. Wonder keeps it slow on the air dribble, gets back down, but again, the challenge from Mist and Illusion will clear it away. Rogue are forced to start from their own third.
But you can see Wonder running interference in that midfield, though. And look at the triple commit. First Killer going to be the first person in charge of blocking this transition goal. And there's that communication from Rogue. Bad time as you pass halftime in Game 5 to have those issues start coming back.
Yeah, especially with this lead. Atomic winning one touch. First Killer will have the save. Looking for that poise on defense that we saw from Rogue in Games 2 and 3. But here's the pass to Atomic. Back to Illusion. Goal for Ghost.
This looks like a goal that I broke down on the telestrator this morning from G2. Illusion, the floater into the midfield. Atomic not trying to do too much. Do not go towards the backboard or the net where the defense is. Dish it back into the corner. Illusion nails it, and a beautiful tying goal from Illusion.
Oh, tough on the defender because it looked like he had both options as his car was approaching that ball. And then all of a sudden the pass comes out. Huge win for Ghosts. And now all tied up, about 1:30 left. Atomic win on the first touch. The First Killer is cut off by Miss at the third. Wonder, he's going to carry this now. Tried to get under, but Atomic going the other way. Kronovi takes it around the corner. Rogue back on defense. A demo from Miss, but Kronovi gets back in time to play it to the corner, but this is really Gonna make life difficult for Rogue on the clears. First killer gets a solid touch out. And now Wonder up on the ball, up high, and it's taken away by Mist. A good jump off the line and a beautiful follow-up from Atomic. Atomic again in midfield. Time running out in regulation here in Game 5. It didn't look pretty at first for Rogue. You thought more of the same. But instead, Rogue have taken it to one of the best offenses in North America. And we could see an overtime. That was a dangerous ball. Missed another shot. We saved by first killer.
Oh, and Rogue ran into each other again.
Oh. And Illusion had gotten in the way. It gives Atomic another chance at the ball. Flip reset on under one. He's got another touch. Does they have a goal? No. Krenovi has the save, but for how long? Illusion off the back wall. There it is! The goal for Ghost with 14 seconds remaining.
Again, they break him down. It's just floating. Krenovi, that's a great lift. Illusion makes the read, and Mist gets the bump on the people, rotating back into the goal. Krenovi doing his best to recover off the post, and Illusion delivers another big one.
It's like Ghost took the best available option at every single turn on that possession. But Rogue, they're on offense. This time is expiring. Mist gets a solid touch back to Rogue's half. Krenovi wants to keep this in the air. Wonder does so as well, but Krenovi just couldn't get to that boost fast enough. The challenge, just keep the ball in the air.
Okay.
Now Lucian kills this. This will be tough for Wonder. He keeps it up. Back over to first killer, and Rogue can't do it. Ghost survive the tsunami, and Rogue are taken down.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much. If you're a Rogue fan, you thought that finally this was the time. You got the 2-1 lead in the series. You have a solid lead in the game for a while. And then they come back with the equalizer at about 2 minutes, and then 14 seconds left. Ghost hits Rogue with their own late game go-ahead goal, like Game 2. That was it. They tried. They tried so hard.
And again, I thought all the credit to Ghost. I mean, their physical play just it destroyed Rogue on offense, and they didn't have a response for it. There was nothing that they could do. They were trying to avoid those demos, but a lot of times it's just those little chips, the little right before you get out, and it just slows you down. Like there were a couple where Wonder, it was like Wonder would have a chance at a quick transition, but then he'd get chipped by Atomic as Atomic is rotating back. And while they didn't actually like take Wonder off course or anything, it killed his momentum. And it was those things. It was those little physical touches that helped Ghost win this series.
And it's going to be that evolution that Rogue is going to have to find, because across the board, there were a lot of positives to take away from this from Ghost. But still, it wasn't so much the mechanical mishaps on defense this time. It was handling the pressure that Ghost were able to put on at the end of the day. And they come up with a big win. So well done to you, Ghost. Battle back and not crumble.
Well, we got a fun one coming up next after this. It's going to be Sonics versus the Pittsburgh Knights. You're going to want to catch that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.